and gentlemen, welcome to the second video of today. In today's second video, we're going to be reacting to the ACC games that were played this past weekend. Up next, you guys will have ACC predictions and you'll have NFL predictions. But the first video of the day will be, of course, where it has been the college football playoff reactions to the rankings. Of course, we are going to react to those on Wednesday as well. This is a pre-recorded video, just letting you guys know so that I have time to get all of my other videos for the week done as well. However, we got some ACC games to go ahead and go over. That's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to talk Georgia Tech upstate in Miami. We're going to talk Florida State and what they have done over there in Tallahassee. Clemson, Georgia Tech, obviously Duke, NC State as well, and yeah, all of that and more here in this video. But first, if you guys are new to the channel, you already know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. With that being said, let's go ahead and react to these ACC games that were played this weekend. So kicking us off on Friday night, we had Cal going into Wake Forest in a shootout game. Mendez for Cal was 40-56, 365 yards, 2 touchdowns on the day as well. Cal getting the job done. I personally did not care to watch this game. I really didn't. Also, I was at a football game on Friday night, so it was kind of hard for me to keep up with it. However, with that said, Cal gets the job done. 5-4 now, 1-4 in ACC conference play. They're finally getting a win. Cal, by the way, could be 8-0 right now. They are a very, very underrated team in the ACC. All of their games that they have lost, they've been one-score games, I think, is what I've heard. So, Cal can play teams very, very closely, finally breaking through and getting an ACC win against Wake Forest, who is 4-5, 2-3 in ACC conference play as well. And, yeah, California with Mendez gets the job done on the road in Wake Forest on Friday night in, of course, November. So kicking us off on Saturday, we had an upset on ABC at 11 a.m. Miami going into Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech seems to be Miami's kryptonite. Last year, obviously, we all know what happened. Mario Cristobal did not take knees, ran the ball, and Georgia Tech did beat them last year as well, and they also beat them again this year. Now, with that said, Cam Ward played really, really solid. 25-39, 348 yards, 3 touchdowns on the day as well. Haynes Keene led the team in rushing with 93 yards if you are Georgia Tech. Haynes Keene played a really, really solid game, rushing, passing, all of that good stuff. Obviously, coming back from injury, there are going to be a little bit of concerns there. However, Haynes Keene played a really, really solid football game. I think that Georgia Tech definitely deserved to win this game. The wide receiver for Miami did really struggle in this game. Cam Ward got the ball to a couple of his playmakers. I believe McCormick caught a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that one. But Miami's now 9-1, 5-1 in ACC conference play. Georgia Tech is 6-4, 4-3 in ACC conference play. Georgia Tech, man, they can ruin another team's playoff hopes here. Now, the ACC is very interesting when it comes to their race. One, you have Miami, who just lost this game. As of last week, a lot of people thought that Miami was a lock to go to the ACC title game. Now, we're not so sure. SMU right now is undefeated. I believe they would go. Now, if SMU loses, there's like a tiebreaker. There's like 4 or 5 teams that have 1 or 2 losses in the ACC. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. But with that said, it would come down to a lot of certain things for Miami to get into this championship game if they drop another game. I think with this loss here, it's better to have this loss now because Miami, I think they just won the ACC. I really do. J.D. Piquel said it on his show. I agree with him that Miami had just won the ACC, and yeah, they fought to Georgia Tech. But I think Miami fans, you're excited for what's to come as you get closer to the college football playoff. Now you have Florida State going into Notre Dame. I didn't even know Florida State was playing, if I'm going to be honest, this weekend. Notre Dame now 8-1, 4-1 on the year as well. There's a lot of questions as to whether or not Notre Dame should be in the college football playoff. Me personally, yes. I know they lost to NIU, but again, you got to factor in that was week 2. They were coming off an emotional win at Texas A&M. That game obviously is having really, really good, big significance when it comes to Notre Dame being in the college football playoff right now. Riley Leonard was 14 of 27, 215 yards, 1 touchdown on the day. The running back for Notre Dame had a touchdown as well. played really solid. Price did as well. And Notre Dame getting the job done against Florida State. Now, in Tallahassee, there was a lot of news regarding that, as well as the offensive coordinator, I believe, has been fired, and a couple other coaches for Florida State has been fired. Now, you can't fire Mike Norvell, at least not yet, because you just gave him a $10 million contract where I believe his buyout is like $62 million or something like that. Don't quote me on that number, but it is up there when it comes to buyouts. Now, with that said, again, back to the Notre Dame college football playoff discussion, I think they should be in. I think that Notre Dame has shown what it takes. Ever since that loss to NIU, they have been on point. Exactly what I said with Miami. Miami, they just won the ACC. They're going to get better every single week now going forward, and going to be one of the tougher teams to play when it comes college football playoff time. I think the same thing with Notre Dame. Their 52-3 win means absolutely nothing. I think they're going to be in the college football playoff when it's all said and done, as Notre Dame gets the job done at home against a struggling Florida State football team. Alright, up next we have Virginia going into Pitt. Virginia getting the upset win over Pittsburgh on the road. Virginia is now 5-4, 3-3 in ACC conference play. Pitt falls to 7-2, 3-2 in ACC conference play as well. Corrales, I believe is how you say that name, the quarterback for Virginia, 16 of 24, 143 yards, 1 touchdown, was the better quarterback when it came to passing, and that is ultimately what got Virginia the win. Virginia played a really solid football game. Now, again, took them a little bit to get going, but once they came out in the third quarter, they were rocking. Virginia's offense was throwing it, they were running it, they were doing basically whatever they wanted to Pittsburgh, and yeah, they got the job done, and an upset win over the Pittsburgh Panthers. Next, you have Clemson going into Virginia Tech. Clemson still in control of their ACC conference title games. Yes, we know that they have 1 loss in the ACC right now. Yes, we know that they have 2 losses overall. However, with Miami's loss this past weekend, Clemson can still control their own destiny when it comes to this. When it comes to getting into the title game, they would have to have a couple of things to happen right now. However, Clemson is very, very much so in that title race. Clay Klubnik, of course, 16 of 34, 211 yards, 3 passing touchdowns on the day as well. Took Clemson a minute to get going. They got shut out in the first half, but once the second half came up, Clay Klubnik was like, I'm going to turn on that dog mode, and went to work against Virginia, as Virginia Tech falls to 5-5, 3-3 in ACC conference play. Clemson now moves to 7-2, 6-1 in ACC conference play. Look out for the Tigers, man, because they're coming for that ACC championship. Don't be shocked if they get to Charlotte as well. Alright, final 2 games here. I'm just going to react to these in the same little segment here. Syracuse, Boston College. Did not watch this game. Obviously, I don't know if you guys heard, but Castellanos has stepped away from the Boston College program for at least a couple of days, is what is going around on Twitter right now. Syracuse is now 6-3, 3-3 in ACC conference play following that loss. Kyle McCord played a really solid game, 31-48, 392 yards, 2 touchdowns, but it wasn't enough as Boston College escaped the Syracuse Orange in that one. Duke, NC State, Malachi Murphy continues to play like a really, really good football player that he is. 22 of 31, 245 yards, 2 passing touchdowns on the day as well. Boston College and Duke both getting the job done. And yeah, that wraps up the ACC week number 11, I believe, reactions here on this channel. Wait, that is where I'm going to leave it for the second video of the day, the second video of the day. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn that bell on. We do our best to post on this channel every single day. With that being said, I'm going to hop off this edit so you guys can watch it on time. Have a great rest of your day if I don't see you. And, of course, ACC predictions and NFL predictions as well. Hopefully you enjoyed the college football playoff reaction video. That is going to be on the channel here as well once this video drops. Again, pre-recorded video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.